No. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Should be live.
With
I
our
say
best
should,
friends.
because you never know.
Here we are. Good to go.
But welcome, Big Boy,
Mm.
Skill, Multiverse, and Barton. What's up, man? All right, we are live. What's going on?
Full go.
Checking. Cool. All right. What's going on, everybody? What are we doing this Friday besides being here in the stream, which we love? What's up, Isaac?
This is
Dragon
the way.
Trainer 300, Marcus 50. This is the way.
Oh,
Yo,
now they come rolling.
Firestar, Spider X. Yeah, I am actually real. And I know it says Marvel talk in the title because there's lots to talk about there. But I'm real excited for the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Mm-hmm.
Big time excited for that movie.
Star Wars is kind of setting itself up to potentially be in a really fun direction if they nail a couple of projects.
They've got a pretty cool cast right now for Starfighter. So leave it to me to start a stream that's titled Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man, New Scenes, Marvel Talk with a Star Wars talk.
Hey, that's just the power of Star Wars. So.
But I am, yeah, I wish Marvel. At the same time, I don't, because they were big in comics. I was gonna say, like, Star Wars, everything Star Wars does is connected, like books with the movies and everything like that, and that's all really cool. I don't want to say I wish Marvel did that because we've gotten so many comics from them, but it is cool what they've done.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is funny. Andreas Lopez, any speculation on the two actors that were fighting? So I think that was our last live stream? We were talking about that?
Yeah, we talked about that in the last live stream.
We talked about it a little bit, right? Yeah. Or that was like the whole thing of it, I think. So I think this is like primarily been debunked. Well, okay, no.
I got two names that I saw. Did you?
A lot of people, well, okay, so when this news came out, sorry, my phone's loud and I can hear ourselves. When this news came out, Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds, their names were thrown out there, right?
First names people assumed.
Right. And I get it. I get
it.
I can understand. I can understand it. You know what I mean? But I thought to myself, I was like, no, Robert Downey Jr. is like a really professional actor. I could see how maybe like Ryan could crack too many jokes or something like that, and that might annoy people. But TMZ came out and basically they said like Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr. they've never even met each other.
Yeah.
Let alone were they fighting on the set. Right. While I probably believe this is true, I do also think that sometimes things like that could be used as damage control by the studios, right? To make
that's fair.
The general populace not think that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, while there is a chance that's a lie, I do believe that that's probably true. One thing that I heard, and I think I mentioned this last time, was that what happened was, and I've heard like many different reports about this, that they're using like stunt doubles and voice actors for some things, especially for like Doom, because it's a mask and everything. But from what I heard, the issue was Robert Downey Jr. didn't like that. So he came back and was like, no, I want to reshoot all my scenes with it. And I think the studio were like, yeah, that's going to cost like a ton of money. Well, we can do some, and he was like, okay, like I'm good as long as like, you know, it's really good, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And I think that makes more sense because he definitely has more weight as far as final say.
He has to have the most weight.
That other than the directors and writers themselves.
He has to have the most weight in that.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a big part of him coming back. But now we're talking, you know, on the mark of people coming back, we're hearing about this important role that Chris Evans might be playing, like very, very important role. I think it's really cool that, okay, we're bringing back RDJ, we're bringing back Chris Evans, and both of them have heavily weighted roles.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. I think I'd be more upset. Okay, we're going to bring these guys back just to bring them back to have their face on screen for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
People would probably describe that as cheap. It would probably feel a little cheap. It'd be great to see, but you always want more. So we're bringing them back and we're giving them not just more, but like center stage, and it's going to be
actual
Chris
like,
Evans versus
substance
RDJ
with them, right? Actual substance with them. That's pretty cool. Hello, everybody. A lot of people joined. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for joining us here on Friday.
Welcome in.
Dude, I just see this comment. Whatever happened to Marvel Minute News?
That's super funny.
That's funny. No comment. No. The real answer is no time.
Yeah, that's one of
which
the
which you would argue is
funny.
I don't know. You almost argue TikTok made it irrelevant in shorts.
Yeah, that's also true. I mean, it was a hard concept. The concept was solid.
And Alex got pregnant.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know about Marvel Minute News, it was a partner of ours, who's also my wife, who was doing a YouTube channel. The whole idea was, let's take all these videos we're doing and kind of condense them into a minute-long thing. And this was a little bit before TikTok kind of exploded in like the news space, and YouTube was kind of not like, it wasn't really an option on YouTube. YouTube wants you to have long videos, so the idea was difficult.
Yeah,
but cool that you remember. Nice shout out there. That's 4 or 5 years ago.
That's cool. Yeah. Will I do it MCU rankings and shows?
That sounds like a other channel event.
No, I mean I could do it. It's certainly.
Oh, you could definitely, yeah.
For this, I feel like I'm at this place right now where I'm like, the end is almost near. like next year is Doomsday, and then the year after that is Secret Wars. Like, do I wait? I mean, I could definitely do it now, and then at the end we could just be like, hey, here's my list, and here's where I throw these.
You're saying like the master list. You want
so a bunch of people, I've actually seen a lot of comments asking if I could do an entire MCU movies and shows rankings. And like, I get it, and I will. It's just another thing is I want to rewatch everything.
Okay.
And that's going to take some time, but I do want to do it, but I do want to rewatch everything. I've already started rewatching some, so they're fresh, but I even wonder myself, like, will my top 10 be different than it was a year ago? I don't know. What am I more excited for? Avengers Doomsday or Spider-Man Brand New Day? Doomsday. I love Spider-Man, and it's going to be crazy cool, everything they have going on. But I mean, if even like 5% of what we're hearing is true for Avengers Doomsday, there should be some really cool stuff happening. So I'm excited about that. Really excited about that. Yeah, no, I'm going to rewatch it. I've already started. I've got a handful of them already down. And some I don't really need to rewatch because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to do the Fantastic Four or like the Thunderbolts or everything, even though I watched the Thunderbolts like last night or something. So, yeah, I mean, I've rewatched Deadpool recently. So, it's, yeah. But Spider-Man Brand New Day and Doomsday really needs Spider-Man Brand New Day to be like a phenomenal movie. The good news is I don't really think there's a way to fail there. Yeah, like I could okay, let's talk about some scenes that they're shooting right now. I thought I had a tab pulled up, but I remember what it said. So like, if you didn't hear, Jackie Chan is now a stunt director. His team is involved with Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is like just so cool. Mm-hmm. And he's a stunt director, and he stated that what they're doing on set is very similar to some of his old martial arts movies, which I'm like, okay, that's cool. One of my favorite movies ever is The Legend of the Drunken Boxer. Mm-hmm. Can't remember. There was I'm gonna actually look it up right now. It's one of the best. It's my favorite Jackie Chan movie, The Legend of the Drunken Master. But the problem is there's two of them. There's a Chinese one, and then there's like an Americanized one, which like, no. Yeah, so like it's incredibly hard to find, like, and I can barely find photos right now of it that are like any good at all. But it was 19 here, Legend of Drunken Master. That is a movie that I recommend people to watch. It is English dubbed. I wonder if I could get away with showing this clip. I'm going to try to show this clip to y'all because I think it's important for y'all to understand what old school Jackie Chan really is, because it's so cool. So like, imagine this here. Let me try to share my screen. Imagine this with Spider-Man. Imagine I can't make it full screen because my computer is like a really long monitor and it will take away everything from me. But imagine
I'm going to call the police. Come
Don't
with
do
me.
that.
but oh, like imagine Spider-Man. Like the English dubbing over it is so funny. And just for context, like drunken boxing, so he's getting drunk so he can fight
Be a better
better
fighter,
against all these people, right? So this movie is so funny because he just gets drunk and then starts fighting people. So like I'll fast forward. Like I love the fact that we're gonna get like actual kung fu with Spider-Man. Like this is peak
some of the
Jackie
best
Chan
bits
to
of,
me.
of Shang-Chi was the hand-to-hand combat, which we don't
That's
have tons
yeah.
of.
Like look at like that's freaking awesome. All right, so I'll stop because I'm worried it's gonna get
And a
I'm
lot of
worried it's
iterations of
gonna get
Spider-Man
cloned.
in the
Oh
comics.
my!
Ooh,
What is
I'm
this?
so far away.
Oh my!
Oop, I'm going.
Everybody, hold on! Don't worry.
Yeah.
There we go.
A lot of iterations of Spider-Man in the comic. Like that's one thing I think on the big screen we haven't really seen a lot of Spider-Man's hand-to-hand combat. And in comics, there is a big element of like his strength and his ability to fight. So it'll be cool if they kind of throw them. Maybe Tom Holland, since he's become sheltered and a loner, has learned martial arts. Maybe it's from Shang-Chi specifically. But that would be a really cool iteration to see on the big screen. And I think it would really elevate Tom Holland's Spider-Man to a little bit of a different level from what we usually see with the televised Spider-Man.
Yeah. I feel like we got just like a little glimpse with No Way Home when he was fighting Green Goblin in the building when Aunt May died.
Right. Like what he's capable of.
Yeah. Hold up. Super chat, BM. Thank you for that super chat. Hoping we get an MCU Eddie Brock Venom. Now, Gargan, hey, I'm with you on that. It's so hard to say because who knows with Sony? Like, who knows what their plans were? Because clearly Marvel had plans. Marvel and Sony had plans for Spider-Man Brand New Day that changed, right? Like we heard it was going to be Null, and then perhaps like Venom was going to go over to Spider, and then the other Spider-Man would come back and help. And which, like, honestly, if they would have done Null, like, well, that would have been pretty cool to see. But you think of like the Venom Let There Be Carnage post-credit scene, you think about the Spider-Man No Way Home post-credit scene, and then you think about the Venom The Last Dance post-credit scene. It really seems like they were setting up, well, one, the symbiote is in the MCU, right? We know that. But it seemed like, and I always thought at the end when Eddie was in New York, I was like, okay, so like the next time he transfers to a universe, you don't, based on him going to the MCU and coming back, he was still in that bar. So you don't move necessarily through space, just time. So the fact that he was in New York City means that if he went to the 616 universe, he would still be in New York City, which is where Spider-Man was.
That's kind of the point.
So, yeah, we're going to take a moment to address this. William, what's up? Jimmy and Wes, who I used to do the Multiverse podcast with, just got way too busy in life. A lot of things happen, and they had to quit. Unfortunately, they do a lot. They do a lot outside the podcast. So Chris and I are just going to continue the podcast on there. Can you link it, Chris?
It's right there. Click on the name, but I can grab the link. Yeah.
Right here. Yeah. You can just click on the multiverse there. We did film a podcast for this week, but it had so many technical problems. I literally could not salvage it.
The sad too, because it was really good.
It was a good one. We still have the audio, but like,
nobody wants
so much technical
you could do it over
issues.
a stagnant picture just to have it up.
I mean, I could put it up with the problem is like my camera looks really bad because it's a webcam that I used. It's not this camera that I use now. This camera footage that I have got out of sync. All the audio got out of sync. It was just like I really tried to salvage it, but
there's the actual link.
Yeah. I really tried to salvage it, but I couldn't. It was bad. So yeah. So people are talking about D23. It's tomorrow. It's today's Friday. So it's tomorrow, right? At starts at like 9 a.m. or something like that. But
Not really
You know, let me-
expecting much, are we? Because that's probably the main.
I think we're expecting like a tiny bit of stuff. Like I know they're gonna show, you know, for some upcoming stuff. Like, but honestly, what I'm thinking we're getting is like stuff for Wonder Man, something like that,
Mhm.
probably. You know what I mean? I think about if they'd show anything for Doomsday, and if they did, it'd probably be like a message from Robert Downey Jr., right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be anything like super big. Maybe a message from, you know, Spider-Man. They have actually done now a decent amount of filming for Spider-Man Brand New Day. They've done a decent amount of filming for Doomsday.
Mhm.
But I do wonder, because Marvel released that trailer thing for like the behind the scenes Spider-Man Brand New Day thing, right? And that was
Mhm.
pretty cool. They could give us something like that. It would be cool to get something like that for Doomsday. Obviously, you don't want to show anyone in costume because that's like a super huge reveal. But it would be
Right.
cool to see like James Marsden with Robert Downey Jr.
Like
like
standing there laughing about
pumped, right?
how dumb Ryan Reynolds is.
Even two talking to each other. You don't even have to like play the audio of them talking. You can play the Avengers music and just show me like Ian McKellen with Patrick Stewart and Robert Downey Jr. and like Pedro Pascal, and I'll be psyched. Like that's all I need. I would be super psyched for that. Yeah, it would be really, really cool. Yeah, you keep preparing about you keep forgetting about the Wonder Man series. I think it's going to be pretty good. I like it, but probably won't do a live video on it just because we got to be ready to do like a normal video on it. So typically, like when a big event like that happens, we don't, like San Diego Comic-Con, like we don't do live for that stuff. We went live for the Avengers chair thing because we had no idea what it was. But typically when it's something that's like set in stone, we know there could be some pretty big announcements. We do just a normal video, no live.
Mhm.
So when will Avengers Doomsday Part 2 casting will come out? I have so many different video like they did before about it. They could do like anything they want. And I think they're going to try to be creative about it, actually. Like, I think Marvel's going to really rely into social media to start doing the hype because, like, for Spider-Man Brand New Day,
Yeah, that was crazy.
they're doing it right with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like, I think they intentionally started filming in Glasgow when it was open, where everybody could see, you know, Tom Holland's interacting with people.
It's so cool.
Some things. They announced the Punishers coming through the trades and everything, and like we kind of know the Hulk's coming as well. I mean, we know, but they didn't like. I don't know if like a big outlet has reported that yet. I think actually so. Yeah. So I mean, Mark Ruffalo has started mocap filming for it already. So it's like that is hyping everybody up already, and everybody. It's like actually great, and like the Jackie Chan stuff now. So it's like now it's like that is very, I think that's very intentional. All of it's very, even the Jackie Chan stuff, I think is very intentional.
Yeah, the timing of it all. I feel like they've known for a while that Jackie Chan was going to be involved, but now they're like, okay, we
Right.
haven't been filming in public, so let's announce something. Like it's such good marketing, like guerrilla, modern day, super marketing, and I think that somewhere over the last several years with Marvel as a whole, and probably other movies, but since we like hyper analyze Marvel, like the marketing's kind of fallen off. They've kind of fallen into this routine and over delivering too much information before the movie, like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Captain
Brave New World, Brave New World marketing just was awful. But Fantastic Four was a little bit more in the right direction, where we didn't see everything. They tried their best to kind of hide Galactus. They got a little antsy at the end there, and they started releasing more than they should have. But they waited for a really long time.
Yeah, I have to show something. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. But so with Spider-Man specifically, I think somebody somewhere was like, okay, we need to reinvent the way we're going about connecting with fans. And that's why all of the filming they did in Glasgow was so amazing, because you see him interacting with kids dressed up as Spider-Man.
It's so
really
cool. Yeah. And
I
have to say something that I guess Warner Brothers, because before this time, DC Studios didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Something that Warner Brothers and like other studios have done well is like actually kind of just let the leaks do work for them, in which, as you all know, we used to work pretty close with Disney. We don't anymore at all. But before, I'd get yelled at all the time. Even when even they asked me like stop doing leaks, and then I would just do like, hey, here's some rumors, and they'd be like, hey, can you take this video down? I'm like, this is rumors, and they're like, well, you
now
don't
I
know what's
know it's
real,
not a rumor,
right? Yeah, that's what I was,
Just
well,
like-
but I used to talk to some of the people at the PR, and I used to be like, but don't you think like talking about it is like really good? Because Sony for Spider-Man No Way Home,
no, they just teased it.
as you all know. No, they didn't actually. No, as you all know, we talked so much about all the leaks, and they were fine with it, completely fine with it. They used that to their advantage, and I think all the leaks and stuff did create a lot of hype for the movie. And I think Warner Brothers realizes that as well. I think James Gunn realizes that because he's online himself, kind of trolling people, confirming stuff left and right. Even though he said he was going to stop, but he still keeps
he loves
doing it,
much.
which
That's
I'm
just-
okay.
that's just love of the
I
game.
like him doing it. I like him doing it.
He did all that to Guardians too. It's just the love of the game.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So yeah. I think Disney might finally get that, and maybe it's just because they think, well, we need all the firepower that we can get. So we need the leaks.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like they can't. The funny thing is like we don't come into contact with them anymore, but they can't stop me now, right? Because there's supposed to be like a trade-off, right? Like if I don't talk about leaks, I get like interviews and stuff like that, right? Which is why you don't see us on red carpets anymore, because I'm like, I'm going to talk about what I want. I don't want to be, restricted. So, but now it's like it's not illegal to talk about these things, and I don't leak anything myself, right? It's all coming from the other insiders. So yeah, I do want to address this. I've seen this a few times. Rune King Thor is what I'm waiting for in the MCU. I would say it's kind of dark just because of the whole, self-axing type of thing. Even though, it's kind of like, what he has to do. But, he did lose an eye in Ragnarok. I was going to say Love and Thunder. That was the last one. No, he did lose an eye in Ragnarok. Is he going to pluck that other one out? I don't know. But that's like, to me, that's like before Chris Hemsworth does leave the MCU, that's what I want to see. And then there was another one. Ristia Sugiharto. My favorite Marvel hero is Thor. We were just talking about Thor. You'll never guess Chris's.
Although technically he's not a hero.
It's a unicorn.
I really like unicorns, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
will Avengers Doomsday official teaser come out early 2026?
I feel like we get something
early, like first quarter. I would say probably the end of the first quarter, like maybe March. Because when's the release date for it? Is it I can't remember.
Oh, you're thinking Super Bowl.
Oh, no. It's December. They changed it I was thinking it was May.
Yeah,
but
they pushed it back.
I think Spider-Man's Super Bowl. No, I think Spider-Man's the Super Bowl. Oh, that might be what is in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's release date is in May?
They swapped everything around like 6 times.
It's July. I don't see. This is why the internet exists, so you can learn things. Before I do a video, you go, when is this? The amount of times I have to Google things when like doing videos for like dates and stuff like that. Yeah. July. That's still that's 7 months ahead. Well, 6 months because it's in February. The Super Bowl. That's a pretty far time in advance to show a trailer. But here's the thing. I think Marvel might realize that they do need
a little more marketing on this.
Big, yeah.
A little bit more marketing on this one.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, normally I'd say no, that's too far in advance. I definitely would not expect. Well, I can't even say that. I would say don't expect anything for Doomsday. But you know what? Same thing. I think they need as much.
They're changing the playbook even for Doomsday. We got
we got that
production trailer.
Right? So
we're all sitting around waiting for part 2 now.
Right, we might get a Doomsday finished filming officially video for the Super Bowl, or they might even, here's the deal: like they could even show Robert Downey Jr. in the costume for the very first time at any point in time. Maybe not with the mask, but like a green cloak. Yeah, at any point in time, they could show that.
Well, let me ask your thoughts on this because I think I know my answer. It just kind of popped in my head. I was a big fan, and obviously it was unavoidable. They didn't have a choice, but I was a big fan of Sony releasing the 2 teasers of the Spidey suit before the leaks got out.
Yeah.
Leaks are inevitable. They're going to happen. I don't care.
Leaks happen. Yeah.
They're going to happen. We're going to see some suits and stuff.
Well, you think about this. Somehow, the 3 Spider-Man got leaked.
Yeah.
From a very green screens close set.
That was a close set, and we saw
very
that, right?
close set. And it was very clearly taken from somebody's cell phone without
it was so
anybody else
unlikely
knowing.
that would happen that we didn't even know if it was real or not, because in what world does that happen?
Right.
But that's the point. So it's going to happen. Would you like them to just kind of take that by the bullhorns and say, hey, let's do once a week for 30 weeks. Let's reveal an outfit for somebody. So we've seen it all before.
Not once a week, because I actually feel like that's too frequent.
Okay.
You could do something once a month,
where you
or maybe once every 2 weeks, right? Where it's it doesn't have to be one person each time. But no, I actually think the leak in the rumor community should be like Spider-Man No Way Home. I always have to make sure to say No Way Home, not Brand New Day, and vice versa. I actually think it should be like that, to where it's like a lot we think we know, but just because we're not 100% certain, it's like, oh man, like, are the other Spider-Man going to show up?
I like theater's nervous that day, right? Like 99%.
Well, I was like,
sure,
do I still have
a
job? Right. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm wrong,
pretty much. Yeah.
Oh man, but no, that's a very good way to describe it, because you did walk into the theater. You're like, I am 99.9% sure all 3 Spider-Men are in this, but there is a chance it's not true.
Right, and that would be crazy. And that small chance, you were like,
very
on the edge of your seat, like, does it happen? You know what I mean? So
that's
I think,
true.
Right. So
how do we do that? How do we incorporate that into Doomsday? Since
that's what I was gonna say. So they've revealed the characters, but okay, never confirm Chris Evans. Just don't ever.
Just never do it. Just don't ever say a
word. It's like, we know, right? It's like, we know, but there's going to be like 0.00001% of doubt in us that we, well, maybe he's not. Maybe everything that we've heard is fake, which I doubt. Right.
Would be cool.
Because these are coming from the same reliable insiders that we've been hearing from. So
it'd be really cool if they did do like another chair video, almost exactly the same. Give us another group of cast members, but leave out Tobey Maguire.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. Leave out the ones that people are like, right, yeah.
And now everybody's talking about that for a month.
Right. Oh, they're not in it, but like leave out Tom Holland, because right now we legitimately don't know if he's in Doomsday or not. So just leave him out. Then we're like, oh yeah. But like at the same time, it's kind of like that would create like a little hype, but at the same time, it would be like, well, I expect Spider-Man to be in it. Like, why wouldn't, like, my deal is like, why wouldn't you have Spider-Man in it? Especially if you want the movie to perform really well. Why would you not have Spider-Man in it? Unless the story is just that good and you're so confident that it's fine if Spider-Man's not in Doomsday, we're going to put him in Secret Wars, but it's fine if he misses Doomsday. Then, like, okay, all the power to you if you think the story's that good.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single person walking into Doomsday not expecting Spider-Man, regardless of confirmations or not. Like, it feels like a no-brainer. It
just makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why they
RDJ,
wouldn't, unless something
Holland,
so crazy happens in Brand New Day that completely just inverts our world.
Tom Holland dies completely. Like,
I mean, he could die
and then come back to life
as
the Venom symbiote in Secret Wars.
Exactly.
Like
there are ways that Marvel could really throw us for a loop.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of fun. But that's the thing that is fun about this film, or like this next trilogy, Spider-Man, Doomsday, Secret Wars. There are so many different things they can do.
Yeah.
That you can get excited for a million different things. If one thing doesn't happen, there's still a million different ways that they can go on and make a really fun story or fun moments and memories between all the characters and everything, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and a part of me would like, like over the past 2 weeks, not to toot my own horn, but I would text Chris like, hey, I think I'm on to some stuff here for like Doomsday, and I've put out some theories that I'm like, I think like I legitimately might have figured out some things about the movie, and a part of me would like to think that there's some intern or something at Marvel Studios or some person whose sole job is not that, but is to like go around and look at all this content and look at people's theories, and maybe there is maybe like there's some inspiration from people online that
That'd be cool.
maybe the Russo brothers like, we could incorporate that somehow. That's
Wait a
actually
minute,
a
I
good
like
idea.
that.
Yeah,
Well,
because most of my theories come from my knowledge of the comics. And I'm not saying I'm like a super comic expert, but I've read Secret Wars a bunch of times. You know, I've read a lot of different comics a bunch of times. So most of my theories come, you know, they're based on comics.
well, I think in a lot of the ways that good story writing comes from is reverse engineering. Okay, here's the ending. How do we get there? So when you're trying to plot together, okay, this is where we're at. This is where we're trying to go. How do we get there? Like, we're not the writers, but how are we going to get there? You know, it's really fun to kind of put yourself in that position and continue to connect those dots. And we've gone through and had conversations live on podcasts, your videos, where we've tried multiple different ways to connect those dots, and they could all be right, they could all be wrong, they could be combinations of them. But I guess transitioning to one of your my favorite of yours that you recently did, and this was more like just a theory, the reset happening after Doomsday.
Yeah,
I think that's brilliant. I love that. And I'm the slash it guy. You guys can all call me the slash it guy. I want the reset to be as bloody as possible and to just completely clean slate it. But this idea of, and you can explain it to everybody in a second in case they missed the video, but the idea of pushing the reset to the end of the multiverse, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy, because in the comics everybody forgets, and this is just an awesome opportunity. So yeah, you run through it real quick.
Basically my theory about this is, and I don't know when I did this theory, it was recent, so you might have caught it probably like what, 2 days ago. The MCU's Marvel reboot isn't what you think it is, according to me.
Go watch it. Really good video.
So what I basically think is, based on what the Russo brothers said, who are directing the film, and I always say, you know, it's funny, sometimes I see a comment, they're like, why do you say Kevin Feige is the president of Marvel Studios every time? We know who he is. It's like, well, some people,
a lot of people don't
click on the video, might not know who he is.
Could be the only time I ever watched.
It takes me 2 seconds to clarify who he is, and it doesn't hurt anybody. But so the Russo brothers, who directed Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and are now directing
all the best ones.
Doomsday. Yeah, right. It's literally all the best projects of the MCU. And they're now directing Doomsday and Secret Wars. And the same writer, there were 2 writers, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. Now just Stephen McFeely is helping write with Michael Waldron, who wrote Loki.
Michael Waldron, which is important.
It's important.
We're getting there. We're getting
Doomsday
there.
And Secret Wars. So basically, the Russo brothers said that Secret Wars is the new beginning to the MCU. Kevin Feige has said that too. They have not said after Secret Wars. They said Secret Wars. So to me, I'm thinking, okay, I used to think Doomsday ends with the multiverse being completely destroyed. Now I think it actually ends with a bunch of universes being fused together, and Battleworld is just an actual universe still remaining, the only one remaining, that consists of a bunch of different universes fused together, and like nobody remembers the past. They all believe that universe was the universe they've been in the entire time. God Emperor Doom saved them all from something, and he created that universe, and that's all they remember. And that's just our new universe moving forward. And Doom will still exist after, because I don't think they're going to kill Doom in Doomsday. And if they're keeping Robert Downey Jr. on after as Doom, then I mean, they can't kill him. Gosh, you know what's like, as I say that though, this is a little off topic, but as I say that, I automatically thought in my head, reincarnation baby. Like, unless they kill him and he gets reincarnated, I'm like, but like that was so cool with Kang, man. Jeez, I'm like really. I'm still kind of upset that we're not getting Kang. Yeah, like I thought the character was awesome.
Even if Kang didn't go on to become the big bad, because there's obviously some misinformation about whether or not that was always the plan or never the plan or whatever. How cool would it have been if we push everything back a year and instead of Doomsday, we had Doom versus Kang? Like just the 2 of them. And like go into that whole storyline.
We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this. They should do a Doom solo film. That gives us a lot of backstory.
And that could be Doom versus Kang, and then you
and that a part of that should be the ending. That's who like should be the villain of Doom's movie, Kang.
That would be crazy. That would be so
be crazy.
We deserve that. We deserve that. We're not getting it.
I feel like we do, but they're not gonna. The studio politics
Oh, there's no world. There's
They're
no
just
world
not
Disney
going to
allows
bring.
it.
They wouldn't bring Jonathan Majors back, and I don't think they plan outside of like maybe just throwing Kang in Doomsday for like 10 minutes to wrap it up. I don't think they're going to really recast the character till like maybe 10 years down the road, maybe. I don't know. Warren, why Avengers Secret Wars is a new beginning, even it was the culmination of Multiverse Saga? Not sure I understand that question. Do I read everyday Marvel comics or play the video games? I play Marvel Rivals. I have played that
All the Lego movies,
really
all the
bad,
Legos.
all the really bad Avengers game that came out in like
with Miss Marvel
2021 or something like that.
Yeah,
I streamed that for a bit
we were
too on the
excited for that
channel.
too.
I was really excited. I just didn't really enjoy it. Not a lot of people really enjoyed it. I don't read comics every day. I read comics every week, but not every day, admittingly. And I find myself rereading a lot of the old comics as well. Like going through try going through the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. It takes a while. But like before Daredevil Born Again, I read like Devil's Reign, I read Born Again. Like I read a lot. So Captain Obvious, what up, member in the chat? Boom, boom, boom. Chilling, lurking, waiting for Fantastic Four, very front row. Oh, are you just seeing it? Oh man. Well, please come back and please come
let us know.
video. Let me know what you think of that. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's awesome, Captain Obvious.
Yeah,
well, I thoroughly enjoyed the Fantastic Four first steps. When Chris saw it, he sent me a text after that said, "No notes."
No. What do you mean no notes?
No notes. I'm a writer. Yeah. This comment. And Brave New World wasn't terrible. Not good, but okay.
But that's a problem for a Captain America movie. I'm sorry. Like that's not good enough for a Captain America movie.
I would say it was. Nah, I can't go on record and say it was good. I left and I was like,
it was enjoyable.
I enjoyed it, but you just realize while watching it how like it could have been so much better. Like you realize it was like cut up like crazy, man. Like,
well, that's the thing.
You can realize that while watching the movie.
We're in a point at the end of this multiverse saga as well, where every movie matters so much.
Yeah.
And that one just didn't. Like if that movie never happened, we're not missing out on much detail. Like they didn't push the story forward too much.
I don't know if you'd really miss anything.
Exactly. So that's the problem with the movie. In a world where you have Captain America movie and nothing actually of much value happened beyond the individual characters, that's a problem.
Yeah. You know what I actually don't like that Marvel has been saying lately is like you're going to be able to watch everything and with I don't know. I kind of wish Disney Plus never happened, but not at the same time I don't because I love WandaVision and Loki and I love
Loki
like
just could have been a really cool part 1, part 2 movie. So
it really
that's the thing. They just would have been movies.
Well, I mean, Loki could have just been one movie.
Yeah, the whole thing.
There's ways to do that, right? You know what I mean? It would have been an amazing movie. But like the connectivity of the MCU is what makes it really cool. Or at least that was the big appeal in the beginning.
What started it.
Right? Yeah. Right. And the whole thing was connected. The whole story was like, even though we did get these individual stories, the overall story was connected. Marvel lost that after the Infinity Saga. And then hearing Marvel go like, oh, like you're going to be able to watch these things without having to watch the others. I'm like,
that was
no,
the point. That was what made this cool.
Right. That was the beauty of it.
Wait
like,
a minute.
What do you mean? And that's why I actually really applaud Superman because you go into it and it establishes right away, hey, this is a big universe and a lot of different heroes are in it. This is Superman's story, but hey, he still exists in this universe where all these other heroes are like in his city, right? But you didn't see Batman. Okay, I won't see spoilers. I won't say spoilers who we did see, but we didn't see a lot of people.
Yeah,
but at the same time, we did get people.
There.
Right.
But that was the part of the MCU phase 1 and phase 2 where all of these cameos, not even cameos isn't even the word, these nods were subtle.
Right.
Nick Fury said, oh, there's a mess out in Arizona. I got to go clean up. And that was Thor. But he didn't say, oh, Thor, the mighty Thor. Like it was little nods. And then you would go back and connect everything.
Iron Man or Coulson finds like, Captain America shield prototype. And
like
I think it was an Iron Man 2 or something 3. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Small details that connected the films You knew they were happening presently together. It wasn't force fed. It was easily written. We need to get back to that somehow. And my favorite example is when we do get to the reset. I've said this one live before. I hope we take a minute before we get to Iron Man, Captain America, the Avengers. But I would love to see a newspaper on Professor X's desk with an Avengers caption there, or a news report in the
Iron
background
Man
of the
save
TV.
city from
Something like small.
Right.
Look, they're
Yeah.
there. You know how excited I get over a piece of newspaper at the corner of a desk that I can't even read the full caption of? Like, that would be so amazing versus Iron Man showing up and saying something. Like, I don't need to see him. I just want to know he's there, and then we'll get to him.
Yeah. And I'm seeing like a few comments. Supergirl's going to be a trip. Mr. Terrific was amazing. He truly was. Justice Gang. That's a cool name. Okay, you're in. Yeah, you knew. Like, what's funny is like you knew that scene was coming, right? Galaxy Geeks. What's up, y'all? Do you think we'll get? Oh, they moved. Any news from D23? We talked about that a little bit. I don't think we're going to get any like groundbreaking news, like earth-shattering news, but I think I'm kind of thinking like what we're going to get is something for like Wonder Man. And then maybe, so like they released that trailer-esque video for Spider-Man Brand New Day with Tom Holland, like walking on set and all this stuff. We might get something like that. I would like to see like a BTS behind the scenes that is, and everyone knows I like K-pop. So not the band BTS, but a behind the scenes look at Doomsday. I'd love to see like, just like not in costume, but just like Robert Downey Jr. talking to like James Marsden, and in the background's like Sir Ian McKellen, just chilling. Like, I'd like to see that. I think that would be cool. But as far as what we're gonna get, I'm not expecting too much. Actually, I'm trying to think. Has there ever been anyone in the chat? Please let me know. Have we ever got something truly huge from D23? I legitimately can't remember. I'm not saying we haven't. I just can't remember. I think we maybe something for Loki at some point in time.
Yeah, like early on in Disney Plus,
yeah.
They did announce like the Marvel Disney Plus shows at like one of the first D23s post Disney Plus. Like that was where you have the picture of Feige on the stage with like all the Disney Plus shows behind him. That was the D23.
Remember what? No. That wasn't D23. You're talking about like they were like TVs at type things behind him.
No, that was Disney Plus Day. That was way later. I'm thinking
there was like something. Yeah, there was like a separate thing that they did, and it was when they announced that they weren't going to recast T'Challa. It was when they announced that Jonathan Majors was playing Kang. It was like in 2020 or 2021. It was like a while ago. You and I were living in the first home, not the first apartment, but the first home here.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a whole thing. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what that event was though, because it wasn't Disney Plus Day yet either. I feel like it might have been D23,
I feel like that was a one.
Typically the answer is no. Typically the answer is no, but
I can't really remember. But as we've been saying right now, Marvel, I think, is going to take every opportunity they can to create some hype. So maybe. I'm not expecting much, but maybe. Gamer of the Eternal War. I love the white X-Force Deadpool suit from the comics. I hope for Deadpool to wear it in Doomsday / Secret Wars. Do you think he will wear it in Doomsday / Secret Wars? Chris, do you?
I would say it would be a very side nod. I don't think it would ever be a main suit. Like maybe going through the multiverse, we'll see him wearing one, but I don't think that'll be.
So that's what that was my initial thought. Like just like the Avengers got their white suits to travel through time, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be a side piece.
But we've already seen Deadpool go through the multiverse without changing the suit. Yeah. But the Russo brothers do like comics, and they do nods to the comics. So maybe he gets a new suit again, right? Maybe he gets a new suit again, and while he's going through different ones, and maybe one's
that'll be one of the fabrics that he could choose from.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he could walk back into the TVA like, "Hey, you guys remember when you made me my last suit? I think it's time for a rebrand or something fun like that." Like,
right? Yeah. Thought this was what's up, Marvelous Minds? Nope, here. It was like Investor Day or something. I feel like it was.
They did have one big Investor Day.
No, I feel like it was just a random thing Marvel did, just like the production video. I could be right. I literally don't remember that far. X-Men talk. Do you think Deadpool will be on the X-Men? I think Deadpool is going to play a pretty important role. Well, okay. It's hard to say pretty important role in Doomsday when there's going to be like 50 characters. But I think Deadpool and Wolverine, X-23, probably Gambit, and what I think now, Captain America, they're going to be on a team in Doomsday working for Loki.
Yeah.
Who knows what happens in freaking Secret Wars? Who knows? I'm really excited for the ending of Doomsday to see what happens, how we go into it.
On the note of just funny like sequences, things that could happen but never really will, but would be great if they did. It would be really funny if Loki gives Deadpool like a choice. Like he gets the whole rundown from Loki. He obviously has some of the most multiverse knowledge in the entire canon right now. And Loki's like, well, you have an option. You can go join the X-Men and help protect against Doom, or you can join the Avengers. And it's like Deadpool makes all moments like, I've already been with the X-Men and I hate the X-Men. We're going to the Avengers. I need Cap. And he like jumps into the portal. And, like, that'd be really funny.
I will follow Captain America.
and
we have to get the why was Thor crying scene.
Yeah, I feel like Marvel has to stop deadlobbing us, basically throwing information out that has no end. Like they need to start tying these things together.
Right.
That needs to come. That honestly needs to immediately come to an end. We need to stop getting these moments that lead to nothing because it's not enjoyable.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my comment about this, James, because this is what I said I think I said it in a podcast one time. I think that would be a crazy post-credit scene for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Doom shows up and Peter Parker's like, Mr. Stark? And like, yeah. Loki's force goes guiding them, Barton. Pretty much, because he just has to project himself, right?
Until he can't.
Do you think we could see a thing versus the Hulk in Avengers moment in Doomsday? Can we? Yes. Anything we could see, like literally anything. Because you could go to a multiverse that makes no sense, or a universe in the multiverse that makes no sense. Yeah. So yeah.
There could be a universe where the Thing is the Hulk.
That'd be pretty cool.
Where it's like, wait a minute, I want that.
do you, what's up, Jay? Do you think Dr. Doom will say it's dooming time?
No,
X-Men equals CGI money. They have to kind of put one movie out a year. Well, originally I thought, and I'll answer another comment as well that I saw. I can't find it now, but it was like, do I like X-Men team or Avengers better? I love both, but I typically do lean towards the X-Men. Like I love like Cyclops like Thor is my favorite character, but like Cyclops is also right there beside him, but then Scarlet Witch is one of my favorite.
It's a hard one. That's a hard one. You'll run down a rabbit hole real fast there.
Yeah. But going back to that other one. Oh, X-Men put out a movie a year. Originally I thought, why not just do it like the beginning of the Infinity Saga? Have a movie for Cyclops, have a movie for Storm, have a movie for Professor X and Magneto to show their history, and then you have the team up, the X-Men. You do X-Men First Class type of thing, right?
Please don't call it Origins.
But I guess, please don't what?
Please don't call it Origins. Cyclops Origins.
Oh God, no! I do not think. Oh gosh, I do not think they would go down the X-Men Origins anymore.
Wolverine Origins, X-Men.
Yeah, we were all in the X-Men together. X-Men Origins. Like, the old cast, like make sure Deadpool or Ryan Reynolds and them like, no, you were in Origins, not like our.
That doesn't
movies.
Count.
Yeah. We will get a Masters of Evil in the MCU. Yeah. Why am I excited with the Doomsday ending? Because I genuinely don't know how it's going to end. I believe it'll end with the destruction of like most of the multiverse and give us some type of battle world. But what I mean when I say I don't know is who some people are going to die, right? Because some people are like, I genuinely think some people are going to be left on Earth. And Earth might get destroyed, right? And who knows? Some people might fight Doom and they might die. Who is going to be part of the people who remember what happened before Battleworld, and who's going to get their memories erased, essentially, right? I don't know. What is the new universe? What is Battleworld going to look like? I don't know. There's a
Yeah.
lot of
And now that you
fun
started
things.
talking about the reset being Secret Wars, I think that kind of puts the Void theory in a different direction. Like, perhaps the Void is where the people who remember the old universe hang out while they're trying to figure out how to attack Doom. Because previously, one of your heavy thoughts was, and I agreed with it until you came out with this recent theory, the Void is where everything goes via Cassandra Nova and all these plans.
Right.
But now it seems almost like
But I think that's a hint.
Yeah, almost
how
like
you can
Deadpool's gonna
survive.
say, yeah, Deadpool's like, hey, I know a really great place we can go to survive. Now that
Right.
Loki's dead, we all need to go here, and we can replan our attack from here.
Right, and who goes there? Which members go there? Which members go to the Void to avoid
memory loss and Doom?
Right, just whatever Doom's about to do. Right?
Because I think the memory loss is going to be an essential part of making the story work.
Yeah.
Like in the comics, which is exactly. So everybody in Doom's universe they just fall into this new role, this new world where, Sue's Franklin's husband or whatever. And except for maybe Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, nobody's going to really know anything otherwise until the Void Guardians show up.
Right. Right. And then when they do show up, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. You just don't. I wouldn't just believe random people right away. Right? No. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it has to be kind of like something that like you kind of just discover, right?
Yeah. So. Like you feel it. Like somebody gets next to you and you're like,
right. Well, it's
gonna be crazy.
Right. Well, in the comics, like they have the life rafts and like the Thor core, like they discover the life rafts and like it's like just crazy thing, right? And it's like clearly not like normal, and these people come out of it. So it's like there are things. And then the whole like Doom kills Strange, because Strange, everybody from the life rafts, he goes there and these are his friends and because he remembers the previous universe, and so he throws them away in the universe from Doom essentially, and Doom's like, okay, well, you betrayed me, you're dead. And Valeria, Doom tells everybody that the new people killed him, and Valeria's like, yeah, I'm not sure I believe you. Like, so things like that start to, kind of slip up a little bit. What's up, Happy?
I got to give some massive credit to Bean Dip Supreme. Found it. Disney Investor Day 2020 was the one with all the scenes behind him. That was going to bother me. It was bothering me too. I was actually looking up on the side, but I couldn't do both.
Thank you, Bean. Yeah, thank you, Bean Dip. And whoever said that it was that Investor Day, you were right. I was wrong. You were right. It was an Investors Day. It's interesting because in Investors Day since then have been nothing.
No, that was maybe when somebody said it. I thought they had one Investors Day where they like went crazy with it, and that was really the big publicizing of Disney Plus and everything.
Yeah, you know what that was though? That was also we need to do something because we're in COVID right now.
That's true too. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. Awesome. Will I cover Peacemaker? I mean, probably not. To be honest. I love Peacemaker. We've been watching it, and that's the thing is we've been talking about it on the podcast and lives. I will say Peacemaker season 1, and I really liked. I haven't watched episode 2 yet. Chris has, but I haven't. I really do think Peacemaker, just in general, is one of the best comic book shows ever. I loved Peacemaker season 1. I thought it was awesome. I love Vigilante a lot. He's so funny.
And they've done a wonderful job of blending it into the new DCU. We won't jump into too many spoilers because they're kind of fresh and new. But if you do want to hear what we have to talk about it, because we will be talking DC on the podcast, there's the link in the comment section. So just subscribe there and you'll get something eventually when we figure out how to make cameras and lights and audios work at the same time. Harder than you guys think.
We're in 2025 and we can't feel like for those who just joined, we did film a podcast this week on like Tuesday, I think. And like we had so many technical difficulties that it's literally unsalvageable. And even after that, it's still unsalvageable. Like the audio is not synced up, the frame rates aren't synced up. I'm just like, what the heck? It's actually crazy, man. Marvel versus DC eventually, yeah. Like, no doubt in my mind about that, really.
The Galactus bucket's behind him.
What?
Somebody asked if you had the Galactus bucket, but your big head's covering its big head. Oh, it's next to him, not behind him. Never mind. Oh, you should just put that in your sweater and just wear it for the whole podcast. It's literally the size of your head. It's crazy.
Does it look like I can't do?
You need to hollow it out and wear it as a Halloween costume.
Oh, the eyes are turned on. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if every time you reached in for popcorn, it said "Galactus hungry."
This thing's big. You froze on my screen. I heard it'll be really funny, but
Oh, I said it would be really funny if every time you reached in for popcorn, it said "Galactus hungry."
it's like a cannon, man. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, this is still smells like popcorn. I did eat popcorn out of it. Yeah, I did eat
For
popcorn
the
out
price
of it.
of it, you better have.
Well, what's funny is this is actually like way bigger than an actual popcorn bucket you would get from the movies. Like, look, like it's like
So what?
it's hard to tell on
two
camera.
or three large buckets of popcorn.
It's probably it's at least 2 large buckets.
What you guys
It's like
might not
legit-
know about Warren is every single time, without fail, that he goes to the movie theater, he walks into the theater like this: 2 large popcorn
I
buckets.
love popcorn, man. It's one of the best parts of going to the movies. I consistently
walk around like this.
I do consistently. I only buy one because you get a free refill in a large, but I do consistently eat 2 large buckets of popcorn at the movie. I love the movie theater experience, and you know what's funny is like I somebody asked me this when I was like at a family thing, and my mom reminded me. She was like, "Yeah, because when you first started going to the movies was when my dad he worked for a credit card and debit card ATM processing company. They sold machines because his best friend, who's like a billionaire, owns the company, and my dad went and sold them all to like many movie theater chains throughout the country. So I would travel with him a lot as he went to the theaters, and while he did business, I watched movies. And I
actually remember you telling me that a long
yeah,
time ago.
and so I was like, oh my gosh, like I was so young. I was like, but I remember it now. I was like, yeah, like that. Like I've been watching movies in theaters since I was like 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right. I like my dad would take me on these trips, and yeah, like
Okay, so
I
we're
would
on a
just
happy
watch
note.
movies for hours while he would do business. Yeah.
What's one of your favorite childhood movie theater experiences, or at least most prominent? Like when you think back to being
the
a kid
Legend
at
of the
theater,
Drunken Master with Jackie Chan.
the theater?
It was for
That's so
like
fun.
maybe my 8th birthday, my 7th or 8th, maybe 9th birthday. There was some movie out that my mom or something, or my dad, someone was like, oh, like there's this new movie out. It was like a vampire movie with that famous kid from the Mouse movie, Stuart Little.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I can't remember the movie. I was like, oh, like I think that's the movie we're gonna go see. But then I like loved Kung Fu at the time, loved martial arts. When we got there, like there's this Jackie Chan movie that's out, blah blah blah, and like I was like, oh, let's go see that. And all my friends were, yeah, let's go see that, and we watched it, and it was like the greatest thing ever. That was one. The Pokemon movie, when the Pokemon movie came out,
I remember that. Did you get
because
the card
this was
at the
during
end,
the
too?
What?
Did you get the card that they gave out? The free
So I was gonna say,
holographic?
so since my
I have mine
dad
somewhere.
was working with the theater, I got like 20 of them.
Oh
They just
really?
gave them to me.
They ended up,
they just
they're
gave
actually like super expensive now.
because hold, I'll be back.
Bye, Warren. Liverpool. No, my movie moment, like my best that I remember as a child was probably Star Wars 3. I was wearing a light blue Quicksilver shirt, and during the scene where Obi-Wan and Anakin fight in the lava, obviously, I was so nervous that I actually chewed holes. I was like chewing on my shirt, and I came out of the theater and it was all holed and ripped up from me chewing on my shirt because I was so nervous for that scene. And
I probably have. I don't know if I have like $100,000 here, but another big experience for me. These are all the original Pokemon cards, and yes, I do have a Charizard. Yes, I do.
Well, shoot.
The little vampire. That was it. I have every single one from the original set. Yeah, there's a Mewtwo. Mewtwo. I have every single one from the original set. I have every single one from the first 3 sets, actually.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Like,
That's hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, man.
Not only that, but I have a lot of really rare
Japanese ones.
cards.
I could tell because I saw the back through the thing.
Like, what can I say? Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I just have like binder, like, yeah. Oh, like, see that card? Here's the that's the card you got, that Mew card. This is the Japanese version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. So Pokemon was a huge part of my childhood as well. And like everyone's like, you should sell these cards. I was like, no, like
Yeah,
my dad's been dead for a long time, and like this was like a big memory
what
I
you
have
guys
of my
did.
dad. Yeah, like unless there's a moment in my life where I desperately need money, and I don't ever plan on.
You don't plan on that, dude? Illustrator.
I don't plan on selling these ever.
Unlikely that you have the Illustrator's Pikachu. If you do, you should sell that one.
Yeah,
just that one.
But so funny because this is like everybody's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like that, like I got this in like 95 or something. Yeah. What would the full set bring? I don't know, but
so many factors
Charizards in like 10 out of 10 conditions go for tens of thousands of dollars. So I don't know. Yeah.
No, there's definitely my brother actually. Harrison just finished getting all 151 of the originals.
Yeah, that's what the other. And then I have like the second like era was like the prehistoric ones. I have all those too. I had like Aerodactyl.
Mm-hmm. I remember the prehistoric. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
1999. Yeah, 150 sets somewhere if I could find it. You should find it because if you're not so attached to them as I am, you might be able to make some money. Can I show some of my Marvel comics? Yeah, I could show some of those someday. There's one I have someone down there. There's a Thor on display. I know it's blurry because that's my camera.
Mm-hmm.
If I move, does it focus?
I don't actually have tons of comics.
No,
I
don't put them on display.
New Mutants 96. I think it's 96. The first issue that Deadpool comes out in.
Nice.
I think it's 96. I could be wrong.
Oh man.
Maybe it's 98.
So yeah, it is interesting.
Yep, 98.
Nice. It is interesting going into tomorrow, really not knowing what D23 is going to bring.
Yeah, well, we'll be around and ready for it.
Yeah, we will be around. Yeah, I do got to take off, guys, but I do appreciate everybody joining for the stream. Football Mighty Final. Hi, how are you today? Hello, welcome. Sorry that you just joined and we're taking off, but will some sort of Iron Man be in Doomsday Secret Wars? I would assume so. I would actually be surprised if RDJ didn't play a variant of Iron Man as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but thanks everybody for stopping by. We will this week get our podcast out
on the right channel and everything.
we did have just crazy technical difficulties this week that unfortunately resulted in the podcast not coming out. Chris just put the link in chat. You can check it out. Please go over and subscribe. We are going to be doing a podcast every week, plus posting clips and maybe some one-off videos on there as well. So check that out. And of course, we'll go live every week. Seems like Friday's okay. Maybe we'll go back to Thursday next week just to see what it's like. If everybody can join, if there's a better day for somebody, for a good majority of the people, I would say, not just.
We'll only go when everybody can watch.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us this week. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you in the podcast next week. Peace.